I think internally there's a risk of losing employee engagement. If there's not an opportunity for innovation to happen and thrive, to try something new, or to not be able to keep pace with new technologies they see around them and use those, it can be demoralising and it can switch people's motivation off. The other side of the coin is, of course, if they're given that opportunity, a safe environment to do so, people thrive and they move ahead and they're far more productive. On the external side of things, look, shareholders these days are pretty well aware of how what's the inner workings of their companies, and if they leading investors in particular don't detect that there's a real innovation that is just being paid lip service, they can project forward and say, look, this company is not going to be future-proofed, and I'm not so sure I want to invest here. And if the lead investors do that, often other investors follow them. Look, I think it's about looking at your people, believing that your people are going to come up with the best innovations for your organisation, not necessarily just following the waves that are coming. You know, things like the Internet of Things and driverless vehicles and all that sort of thing. Look, they're fantastic innovations, but every large utility is going to be able to stand up and say we have something to do with that, or we're bringing that on. What really stands out and is impressive is when, as I say, the employees are innovating themselves at whatever level they're at in the organisation, whether it's a strategic, tactical or operational level, whether they're working at the front end of the asset management lifecycle, in planning and designing, or the middle where they're maintaining and operating, and even in the disposal decisions that have been made about assets. Firstly, innovation is vital right now because of the landscape, the way it's changing so quickly, not just technologically, which is really the obvious one, but also politically. We have a situation where as an asset manager we are about balancing cost, risk and performance, and it's getting to a point where with a lot of the changes that are going on and expectations of stakeholders, doing things in the same way as we've done it before doesn't allow us to actually achieve that balance. So we have to do things in a different way to satisfy the stakeholders and achieve what they're asking from us. Yeah, there's a whole lot of real great new technologies coming around asset management. I think the one area that stands out to me and excites me the most is the Internet of Things. And as I mentioned before, that we're talking about quite a big wave there, but the beautiful thing about the Internet of Things is that people are going to be able to engage in that themselves, to develop innovative solutions. So it's about, basically, we're talking about computers moving into the assets themselves and talking to each other. So yeah, there's opportunity to experiment in that area and really have a go at something that might make an extremely significant change for asset managers wherever they work.